job in there. He did what he had to do in here.
That happened. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, you know? That fight it'd be good. You won't get hit in the fight, you know? That's one thing we all know. And I believe in my abilities, and I believe in myself that I can handle anything that any fighter.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are preparing for a highly anticipated showdown around the Cinco de Mayo weekend. However, for Crawford, the challenge goes beyond facing his formidable Mexican opponent. He also has to contend with the loud voices.
Canelo and Riyadh and May, the big fight.
The skepticism surrounding Crawford is more intense than ever. Many boxing professionals are advising him not to risk his undefeated record, warning that stepping into the ring with Canelo could result in his first loss. Despite these concerns, Crawford is undeterred, determined to prove himself against the Mexican.
He didn't seem as into this in the past, and now last night seems very on board making this happen. What changed on his end?
I don't know. You have to ask him. You know, I think it's a very intriguing fight. You know, Canelo and me is the same height. I got longer reach than Canelo. I'm faster than Canelo. But Canelo is bigger than me. He's stronger than me. So we both giving away something, but we both gaining something.
Roy Jones Jr., one of the most dominant boxers of his era, continues to be deeply involved with the careers of today's rising stars. Among them, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez stand out as two of the best pound-for-pound fighters of this generation.
No make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you know, you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why?
Brings at me or throw at me. You know, I gotta be able to believe in myself if I'm gonna get in the ring with you. I can't go in the ring thinking, oh man, if this guy hit me, he's gonna knock me out, or if this guy hit me, he's gonna break my ribs. So now, you know, if he was talking about Deontay Wilder or something like
Just Terence Crawford, a 4-division world champion, has expressed interest in taking on Canelo Alvarez, the reigning super middleweight king. However, the significant weight difference between the two presents a major challenge for the American fighter, creating doubt about how he can match up against Canelo. The prospect of a potential clash between these two has sparked widespread excitement among boxing fans.
In September, then 2 more fights in 26. Don't miss with the line.
In an interview with Mill City Boxing, Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on the hypothetical matchup between Crawford and Canelo. While praising Crawford's exceptional talent, Jones leans toward Canelo as the favorite due to his size advantage. Jones.
Oh, well, it ain't really no message, you know. It's all respect over here, you know, and if, you know, he do decide to come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know. It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be a well-fought fight for both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody.
Jones explained that the true test for Crawford would come if he's hit by Canelo's power. We've never seen Crawford take such heavy punches, and it remains to be seen how he would react. Jones added that if Crawford can Recently, the International Boxing Federation interim champion, William Skull, likely a typo for a different boxer, was mentioned as a potential opponent for Canelo. However, Jones has also revisited his stance on the Crawford vs. Canelo fight. Initially, he believed that Crawford and David Benavidez could defeat Canelo, but he has since reconsidered.
imbécil intento de gente que tengo aquí a mi izquierda, que no se le olvide que yo ya vine siendo el Canelo a Estados Unidos y que solamente lucró con mi nombre. Nunca perdí un solo centavo, sino nomás ganó dinero. ¿Ya le pagaste a Golovkin lo que le quería robar? ¿Sí?
Jones discussed Canelo's cautious approach in recent years, saying that he doesn't think Canelo would risk a fight with Benavidez unless he can hurt him early. Benavidez, two-time 168-pounds champion, has been calling for a showdown with Alvarez for over 2 years. Meanwhile, Crawford has expressed a willingness to move up in weight for a chance to face the Mexican.
Hopefully, once you guys get in there.
I don't know. I just think, you know, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really.
Roy Jones Jr. stated that if anyone can pull off an upset against Canelo, it's Crawford. Drawing from his own experience of moving up in weight to challenge for the heavyweight title in 2003, Jones emphasized Crawford's mindset and ambition. He believes Crawford's determination and skill could lead him to victory, making this a potential historic fight for a chance to face the Mexican star, but Canelo remains skeptical about the value of such a victory to his legacy.
That I really have to worry about, but who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that aspect of the game.
Jones, who frequently fluctuated between weight classes during his career, advised Canelo to remain at super middleweight, 168 pounds. He questioned Canelo's decision to move up to 175 pounds to face Dmitry Bivol, a fighter in his prime, after having previously defeated Sergey Kovalev. Jones.
Your reaction to that, and that seems like that you do want this fight now.
Well, I've been wanting to fight, you know. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, you know, this is the biggest fight in boxing.
Terence Crawford has had his sights set on Canelo Alvarez ever since his career-defining victory over Errol Spence Jr. last year. Although Canelo initially dismissed the fight, he recently hinted that he might consider defending his titles against Crawford if the financial incentives were sufficient. Andre Ward, speaking on the All the Smoke podcast, stated that Crawford would be a serious challenge for Canelo.
This fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. You know, we both come in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era, that type of era. So,
Ward expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to compete with Canelo, despite the significant weight difference. He praised Crawford's skill and mindset, saying that his determination and intelligence in the ring would make him a tough opponent for the larger Alvarez. Ward likened Crawford's mentality to his own, saying that he wouldn't bet against him in any fight, saying that he is one of the most skilled fighters in boxing today.
Respect Crawford, he's a great fighter, and I always say that, no disrespect him, but you know, sometimes he's
Shakur Stevenson, a former world champion and Crawford's close confidant, expressed his belief that Crawford would defeat Canelo if they met in the ring. Stevenson argued that Crawford's skills, movement, and fundamentals would allow him to avoid Canelo's powerful punches and outbox him over the course of the fight. The potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and
a small fighter like Charlo, he's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford, fighter 147, who is smaller than Charlo.
Terence Crawford is one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing. Trainer Robert Garcia discussed Canelo's advantage over Crawford, but also noted that Crawford's situation is complicated. Garcia suggested that if Crawford does not get the Canelo fight soon, he might retire, but if the fight happens, it could be an exciting spectacle.
I think that everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was gonna beat Spence. It's real simple. Real simple. You just gotta know boxing in order for you to be able to say that.
When discussing Crawford's potential next move, Stevenson reiterated that Crawford is currently in control of the boxing scene. He argued that Crawford's skills would give him the edge against Canelo, believing that size does not dictate the outcome of a fight, skills do. Garcia stated that Crawford has accomplished everything he set out to do and no longer needs to fight for validation.
Now, are we still waiting for that second fight to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. They still got to go, got to work things out and see where they go from there.
I know Tim Drew's name's been floated around out there as an opponent. What do you think about Crawford versus Drew?
Brother stopping him.
Yeah?
Brother stopping him. And Drew don't think that they can get a shot at Bud after, with the belt not even being on the line. Is that a fight?
However, if the right financial incentive arises, Crawford might return to the ring for a shot at Canelo. Garcia emphasized that Crawford is financially secure, and the Canelo fight would be the only reason for him to keep fighting. That Crawford, having already secured his legacy, might retire if
the way Crawford is doing it is because he knows it's the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never, maybe what he could get against Canelo, he's never made in all his fights combined. So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo?
He doesn't get a big fight like Canelo. Crawford's investment strategy has given him financial security, so he no longer needs to fight for money. The only thing that might bring him back would be the chance to fight Canelo and end his career on a high note. Garcia also opined that Crawford could hold his own against Canelo for several rounds, making it a competitive fight. However,
Bitch out?
You don't think he could go all 12?
He won't bitch out.
He will. He'll do better.
He'll put up some good rounds, get knocked out, but he'll put up some good rounds. And that's better than what Charlo did.
Hey, because he'll fight.
Yeah, exactly. He'll fight. He'll
the potential Canelo-Crawford fight remains a dream for many, but several factors need to be ironed out. Despite challenges in negotiating the purse, Tim Bradley believes that only Crawford can stop his own momentum. With Crawford's momentum, the only real obstacle to this fight is whether Crawford himself chooses to pursue it.
He can hit. Like I know he can hit.
Yeah. And he has a great chin.
Yeah.
Has he ever been dropped ever?
He was hurt. Cotto's brother.
Yeah, but that was 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, but he got hurt. So what? He didn't get hurt.
Hey, you bring up Crawford getting hurt by Gamboa. That was 1,000
When
years
did
ago.
I ever say that?
You said that the other day.
I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you did. What's it called?
I believe the only person who can beat Crawford is himself, Bradley recently told Fight Hype. He praised Crawford for his athleticism, defense, and skill set, emphasizing that while Canelo is a deserving champion, Crawford's skills give him the upper hand. Bradley acknowledged the danger of facing Canelo, given his punching power, but believes
that Canelo hits just a slight less heavy-handed than Caballo.
Wow.
You think Caballo's stronger?
I think Caballo's heavier-handed. I think Canelo's stronger, but I think Caballo, there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between powers.
Right.
Caballo is heavier-handed. Like when he'll jab into the body.
Okay, to be fair, Caballo weighed 220 pounds when he fought him.
No.
Crawford's mobility and defensive tactics will allow him to avoid the big shots and outbox the Mexican star. Bradley pointed to Floyd Mayweather's victory over Canelo in 2013 as a reference, believing Crawford could replicate that success by using his intellect and strategy. Bradley further praised Crawford, comparing him to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in terms of ring intelligence. "He's one of the smartest guys I've ever seen in the ring," Bradley said. He expressed confidence that Crawford could beat Canelo, even at 168 pounds, despite Crawford never fighting above 147 pounds. Bradley noted that Crawford
Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, the power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think
might face challenges moving up in weight, but he also acknowledged that fans would love to see him test himself against top contenders at 160 and 168 pounds. Still, Bradley questioned Crawford's true intentions, suggesting that some fans view him as chasing a payday with Canelo, rather than seeking to prove himself. Bradley continued, saying that if Crawford were genuinely interested in testing himself, he would have faced other super middleweight contenders like David Benavidez or David Morrell before taking on Canelo. He also hinted at a secret reason why he believes Crawford would win the fight, but didn't elaborate further. Despite questioning Crawford's motivations, Bradley still believed the fighter's mentality and skill set would make him a worthy competitor for Canelo. Bradley argued that Crawford's focus isn't just about the payday, he truly wants the fight, and his competitive nature sets him apart from others, like Jermall Charlo, who was reluctant to face Canelo. If the fight were to happen, Bradley believes Crawford would perform well, despite the significant weight disadvantage. He mentioned the risk of Canelo's power but remained confident in Crawford's ability to outbox him, just like Mayweather did at a young age. Bradley also acknowledged that Canelo, who has faced bigger opponents, might take more risks in the ring. Still, he felt that Crawford could avoid Canelo's punches by using his superior movement and defense. While many doubted Crawford's chances due to the weight difference, Bradley believed Crawford could outsmart Canelo, making him miss and counter effectively. Bradley contrasted Crawford's approach with Charlo's, saying that Charlo didn't dare to be great against Canelo. Crawford, on the other hand, is determined to prove himself, and Bradley believes that's the key to him overcoming the challenge. While some fans are divided on whether Crawford can handle the size and power of Canelo, Sean Porter, who knows Crawford well, has expressed concerns. Nonetheless, Bradley remains confident in Crawford's abilities, stating that if the fight happens, fans will see something special.